So listen to this. Believe it or not, reducing corruption in the federal government is the second most important issue to Americans right now, second only to creating good jobs.
That's amazing.
Really? That's according to the latest USA Today Gallup poll results. As you can see there, fighting corruption even trumps cutting the deficit and the war on terrorism. That is astounding.
It is astounding to me, too. And it's not just government corruption in the spotlight. How about the banking industry, the Barclays rate rigging scandal, the Standard Chartered Iran debacle, Walmart in Mexico, for example, allegedly, all taking a toll on investor confidence. Frank Vogel, author of Waging War on Corruption, Inside the Movement Fighting the Abuse of Power, says things are getting better and there's a danger of witch hunts if the pendulum swings too far. Still, though, corruption is an issue. Andrew Stoltman of Stoltman Law Offices disagrees. He says nothing's changed and the banks in Wall Street deserve everything they get. Both join us now to hash out the debate. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Frank, well, who are the villains in your books? Is it the banking industry? Here in the United States, we focus so much on the banking industry. Who are the villains in your books? Is it government or is it banks?
The real villains are politicians and governments who want to abuse power. These are the people who are undermining free markets, hindering democracy. Mine is a book about the whole global situation, mostly about the bribe takers, to a lesser extent the bribe payers. But certainly we've got to understand fighting corruption means getting transparency, accountability, and integrity into business, into government. And if you do that, you have really good capitalism, you have good free markets, and you have democracy.
Andrew, you have to admit there have been an awful lot of headlines in the last few years about people gaming the system, taking advantage of things, going through loopholes, regulations, whatever it is, all in the name of profit and greed. I mean, you're not worried about that right now?
No, actually, I'm very worried specifically about corporations, banks, and brokerage firms continuing to take advantage of the U.S. consumer. Look, I realize that governments have a role in it. I realize that regulators have a role in it. But the biggest problem, the ultimate problem, are the banks and brokerage firms and corporations themselves. It's kind of like we're living in the movie Groundhog Day a little bit. It's the same old story over and over and over again.
So you want more regulation to try and stem that tide. Is that the idea?
Absolutely. Not just more regulation, but the enforcement of it, also the criminal indictments for the senior executives and even potentially the companies that get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. That is the only way we're going to clean this up.
I think Frank's bigger point is that when you look all over the world, it's actually governments, people taking bribes because they can monetize their power in a way that they don't get via their salary and make things happen or not happen. Crony capitalism, which is much more detrimental all over the world. Do you agree or not?
And Michelle, regulation in so many places is the problem. It's not the solution. If you create lots of red tape, you create opportunities for bureaucrats and technocrats to extort bribes.
But wait a minute.
We have to have a really good balance. We have to have transparency, we have to have accountability, we have to have good regulation, but we certainly don't have to have over-regulation and bureaucrats getting into absolutely everything where they could extort bribes.
That is absolutely ridiculous, at least here in the United States. I don't know what's going on in Mexico. I don't know what's going on in Brazil. But at least in the United States, the problem isn't the regulators, the government. The problem is the corporations who are taking advantage of the American people. Look, did the SEC make mistakes when it comes to Bernie Madoff? Absolutely. But nobody's alleging that they were paid off. It's simply a case where they were incompetent.
That's Frank's point, actually, right? I mean, this is the idea of regulatory capture, right? The minute you have a regulator and you can absolutely aim all of your monetary guns at that guy or that woman, you can capture that person. They'll monetize their power. The more of those people you have, the more bribes you have.
And Michelle, wait a second. This country today has more investigations into many of these issues that your other guest is talking about than ever before. So I'm not against investigating criminals. I'm not against really exposing the wrongdoing. Indeed, that's very, very good. And my book shows that that's happening all over the world. But we need to understand that fundamentally, if we want a free market system, we need systems that encourage transparency and accountability and not the madness of litigation litigation that goes on in the United States.
Frank, here's my problem, though, Frank. I get your point that we need good, as you put it, good regulation and just enough regulation. But how do you quantify that? Who decides what is good regulation and what is bad regulation and what is too much regulation and what is not enough? I mean, those are the fine points that when it comes down to it, the regulators have to decide how much is enough and how much is too much.
Yes, and we also, but you're absolutely right, but we also need good implementation and enforcement. So often we have enormous numbers of regulations that are very badly enforced. And if you look at the example that was given about the SEC and Bernie Madoff, it wasn't a lack of regulation, it was terrible supervision and enforcement.
Oversight, right.
So what we really need here is a really good balance. We need to understand that to make the system work, you need very sensitive, good, impartial regulators, good supervisors, and you also need to stop this enormous rhetoric which simply lambasts every company as being corrupt.
Thank you so much. Andrew, sorry, we got to go. Good luck with the book, Frank.
Thank you both for
so
joining
much
us today.